Hi everyone, it's Justine here from House of Mahalo. Thanks so much for joining me. So today I'm going to make a start on my winter projects, and for this first project I wanted to make some shaker belly bands using junk mail envelopes. So I started with an envelope like this. This is an A5 sized envelope. And it's got quite a big window, but that's not necessary. It's just I had a whole bunch of these. So I started with that, and I just cut down the envelope to be 8 inches tall. So I just measured from the top and just cut off this bottom inch or so. And then I've made them, how wide are they? I think they're about sort of 4 inches. They are about 3 3/4 inches wide, so 8 by 3 3/4. Again, I was just trying to work with the window so that I had sort of even amounts on each side, so the window is kind of central. And these are going to be belly bands. And of course, you know, being wintry, we're going to make them shakers. So I'm going to go do 2 in the Cosy Winter red and grey, and I'm going to do 2 in my pink winter, pastel winter. So, never made these before. I think there probably are people who have done this, I'm sure. It's just an idea I thought of to do. So I want to start, I think, by lining the inside. Now, one thing to mention, so when you cut your envelopes, you want to keep it so that you've got one side still joined, so that's the top edge. And really, because of how close it is to the window, you don't want to be cutting into that anyway, because we want sort of a good amount on all sides so that it's not weak or anything. But what I was going to mention is that if you wanted, you could turn your envelopes inside out, because in this case I'd be starting with grey rather than white. That is an option if you know, chose to do that. For these, I'm going to start with white, I think, because I'm putting grey in the window, but I just thought I would mention that in case you hadn't thought of it. Okay, so I need to think about what I would like to have. Okay, so I think if I pop it like this, I'll get some really nice poinsettias in the window like that, just as a background image. So let's start by lining this. For that, I think I'll just use the Kalal. That should be, you know, plenty. Could use a glue stick, really any just bog standard glue I think is okay. All right. So I think if I just, I'm gonna put some glue on the back. Probably about the size of the window, maybe a bit more. Thinking this will be easy enough, and then I can just position it where I want it. So as not to waste my paper too much, but I do obviously want you know, plenty in there. So let's go with this. Make sure I'm not gluing to my desk, which I am. My sense of judgment of where things are is not very good. Okay, right. Let me get my. Just going to use my crappy scissors and just cut along here. There we go. And I don't want to waste too much of this, so again, just going to cut this little bunny out, and then I can use him on something else. There we go. All right, let's check that. Yeah, looking nice in the window. So let's do another one, and then I'll do the other 2 whilst I've got you on pause or something. So what do I want to aim for? Let's chop this part off. I can use those pretty scraps for something. I think I might try it the other way, this one, and have the decoration in the other corner, just to change it up a bit. That's pretty. So let's do that. Right, so only glue this part, Justine. There we go. So yeah, we get all these done. like so. So I hope you're all doing well. I'm doing very well. I'm very happy to be working on some wintry projects. Just want to move that up, I think. And I'm just going to move it across if I can. That's that. It's only because I really do want, you know, some niceness in the window. I'm sure there will probably be ways to measure, but I don't do measuring. Do not do measuring. There, I think that's nice, isn't it? Yeah. Maybe go up a little bit, if I can. Okay, I think I will go with that because that is nicely stuck down. Oops, careful, Justine. There we go. All right, and then I'll just cut off that little bit. There we go. Okay, so let me get the pink ones done, and then we'll move on to the next step. Okay, there are my pink and grey, owl and mountaintop, and here are the ones we're doing. Okay, so the next thing that I want to do, I think, is to glue up some of these sides. I also just went in with my art glitter glue to make sure that that paper is nicely stuck down on all sides. We don't want to get any sequins getting lost. So I'm going to keep one side of the envelope open to allow me to get the sequins in. This might not be the best way to do it. I'm just going to give it a go. So I want to come in quite close to my window because I want to trap my sequins. Okay, so I'm going to come along here on 3 sides. Actually, I'm thinking if I get the sequins down first in the window, I could probably glue around it, couldn't I? So let's get some stars. And let's do some sequins. These are just things that I already had. I haven't bought anything, you know, I haven't gone out and bought anything special. Maybe a few more sequins. Yeah, I think that's probably too many. Let's take some out. Okay, I think that's plenty. I don't want to completely cover my picture, you see. So then I'm just going to come round all the way. I'm doing a thin line, as thin as I can get it, because I don't want to, you know, I don't want it to spew out everywhere. And then I'm going to close up my envelope as well. And just a bit here. Right, let's see how we do with that. So just smooth that out. Ooh, it seems to have taken. Let's see what happens. They don't really shake. I don't know if it's that, you know, you might need more space in the window. It's not really shaking. Maybe I should have used like some kind of like 3D border or something. I mean, they don't have to shake, I suppose, but I did expect them to shake a bit more than that. So let's see what we can do. Maybe I've just got too many in there, probably. They're shaking a little bit. Okay, well that's all closed up. Oh, there we go. There's a bit of movement now. I think they just needed a little bit of a you know. I might just use sequins so that it's a little bit less, you know, if they do get just trapped there, which I don't mind. I mean, it looks okay. But yeah, let's just try some sequins and see how we go. Right. Put a few, I'll put less in this time. Maybe it was that I had too many things going on. Let's try that. So again, close to the edge. I mean, really this is an experiment, so don't feel like this is a tutorial or anything. I'm just showing you what I wanted to try. Okay, and come along here. Thinking I might stitch around these to give them a bit of an extra interest as well, actually. We are going to decorate, but I'm thinking I might want to stitch. I don't think that is necessary. Using the art glitter seems to be strong enough, so if you don't have a sewing machine, don't feel like you do need to stitch them closed. I just feel like that might be a nice look to them. Oh yeah, I think I prefer it with slightly less sequins anyway. But they're not really shaking, so maybe the shaker idea is, I mean, I suppose they are. They are. They just need, it just needs a little bit, you know. There just needs to be more space in there, I think. Okay, I think we'll manage. We'll manage. Let's try some silver stars. I'm thinking I might pause here and just get these other two done, because you don't need to see me do this step 4 times, I don't think. So let me hit pause and I'll come back to you. Okay, I've got them all set. So they don't really shake, so I don't think I can call them shaker belly bands. But you know, they look really pretty with that in there. I think I prefer these two, where I've just got the silver stars and the silver sequins. I feel like that works well. The gold I think is too much in this one, and I probably got way too many. And this one I feel is lacking without the stars. So we got there in the end, but you know, it is what it is. Okay, so I am going to do some stitching around them. It doesn't need it. It does feel secure without that. It's just that I feel like the stitching would give it just an extra layer of decoration around the window. So before I do that, I'm thinking I will round the corners just to give them a bit of a softer look. So if I can get this in here, hopefully. There we go. I was supposed to say earlier, I used scrapbooking paper inside the window. The reason that I did that rather than just paper is because I wanted to give the belly bands a little bit of structure, because obviously if we're going to be using them as belly bands and, you know, putting things behind them, then I felt like it just needed a little bit of strength in order to, you know, keep its shape on the page and stuff like that. So if anyone's wondering, that's why I decided to do scrapbooking paper, as well as it being pretty and in keeping with, you know, the other pieces that I've made. Just thought I would mention that in case anyone was unsure. Okay, so let me just do this last one, and then we will carry on. Okay, and you could probably get away with them being narrower as well than the size that I've done. I wanted mine to take up quite a bit of space as like the focal point on my page for my altered file folders, but you might be able to, you know, you might want to make them narrower. But I think they definitely look better rounded, so that is a must for me. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I want to do some stitching around the window, just a straight stitch, and around the whole envelope, just for decoration. I don't think it doesn't need it, you know, it will help obviously keep it secure, but it doesn't need it for that reason. I just feel like it would give it a nice look. So I will hit pause and I'll come back to you. Okay, I'm back with these. So I had a little bit of an experiment. I thought initially I was going to do 2 lines of wonky stitching around, but it just wasn't doing it for me. And this one I've actually decided to turn it upside down, because I had it like this, not in love with it. So I'm going to have it this way, and I think I'm going to do something slightly different with that one. So with these 3, I used a silvery grey thread instead, and I feel like that's just, and did one very neat, neat around the window, neat around the whole thing, and I think that is the look I was going for. So, you know, we live and we learn, don't we? Right, so I think I'm ready to decorate these now, and I have some ideas for what I'm going to do with them. But I thought, I was looking at the envelopes and thinking, oh, I really wish that I had, I don't know, not used just plain white. There's nothing wrong with the plain white. In fact, it's not an issue. It's just, for me, I think it's a bit too stark. So we're going to do something in the background. Do you want to see something funny? I did try printing on a test envelope, but this is what happened when I put when the window went through. So beautiful with this kit page, not so beautiful. So I won't be putting them through like that. So yeah, I'm going to just throw that out there in case you did want to experiment. I'm not going to. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is do some stenciling in the background first, and I'm going to use, for these red ones, I'm going to use tea dye. But I want to do it, you know, lightly. Light stenciling, Justine. Just to give it a bit of something in the background. To make it a bit more exciting, I think. Yeah, I think this will be the right thing to do. All of this is so new to me that I'm still learning what it is that I actually like, you know, and so yeah, a lot of it is just me, you know, a lot of trial and error to decide what I like and what I don't. Oh yeah, that's pretty. Okay, so let's do this one. And then I've got Victorian Velvet ink for the pink ones. So that will get, you know, a different look again. Obviously, these are my winter projects for this year and next year, technically, but they are very different. So we've got, these ones are my Cosy Winter, so nice and warm and reds and golds, and maybe a bit of green, and certainly the dark grey, because I still want it to feel wintry. That's pretty, I like that. Okay, so that's those. So let's try the Victorian Velvet with this one. I'm getting a different brush just to be sure. And again, I want this to be quite light, because I think this one has a tendency to come out quite dark if you let it, so wish me luck. There we go. Yeah, so I am still, you know, I am still learning what I like and whatnot. But yeah, as I say, these projects are quite different from each other. Oh yeah, I've got a little bit of the tea dye on there, just from the stencil probably, but I actually don't mind it. That's fine. Just hopefully I'm getting, you know, a bit more of the pink as well. There we go. Yeah, I definitely think the stenciling helps, doesn't it? Don't know if it's too much stenciling now, as in, did I want to do the whole envelope? I'm not sure. We'll just keep going and see how we want to decorate them. As I say, I do have some ideas. It's nice to get these envelopes used though, because I've got so many. At one point I was just keeping them all. Oops, went a bit dark there, not to worry. Yeah, at one point I was just saving all envelopes. And then I realised that there was just too many for me to work with on my own, you know. Okay, there we go. Yep, I'm happy. So then I want to do a bit of stamping as well. You won't hardly be able to see this, but in the flesh we'll know it's there. So I've got this new stamp, never used it. It's got some scripty stuff on it. So I thought let's give this one a go. I've got my massive thingy out. I definitely don't need one this size, but it's the one I got. So with these two, I'm going to try the silver. Oops. Let's try it on this one. So I'm just going to see how I feel about this, really. Oh yeah. Don't want it to look quite so placed though. Just a bit, you know, in random places. Might try some script as well. Oh, that's really pretty. I like this stamp. I want to say I got this one from Amazon. It was just a cheapy one. It wasn't nothing fancy. I think it was only, you know, a few quid. Bit of script as well. Oh, I'm getting that feeling where I just want to stamp the whole thing and have too much stamping. I get so addicted. I really do. I don't know. It must be just the thrill of just going, oh look, I stamped something. It's just so silly. But yes, I really like that. Oh, that looks so much better. Can you see the script stamping? You probably can't see it that much, but if you can, it looks so much better, I think. I realise that I'll move that one out of the way. There we go. Oh, I like this script. This is fun. Now I know why people do this. Alright, let's go back to this one. Oh, I'm getting ink all over my fingers. Oops. There we go. I found a new obsession. I just want to stamp everything now. But this is good. This is, you know, I'm learning what I like. So that's good. Don't want it on the window though. There we are. It's not permanent ink, it's just a cheapy ink. Alright, yeah. I think so. Maybe a little bit. Let's do one more. Why not? Let's do one more. Yeah. I'm far too excited about this. Okay, right, I'm just going to stamp off the excess because I want to do the exact same thing with these, but I want to do it in gold this time. Okay. Ooh. I mean, I suppose the silver is fine if it comes out silver, actually, thinking about it. Because I've got lots of grey in this project, actually. Yeah, sorry I got so excited. I don't know why I felt so excited to stamp something. I think it's because this is a new stamp. And I'm very, very happy with how it's coming out. Really like it. I do. Yeah, I like these. Okay, and once again, let's go with the scripties. Oops. Just stamp off a bit of the excess. There we are. Oh, I do like this. This is a fun background. It's the first time I'm properly doing this. I've seen other people do it. I think, you know, Tanya from Teddy Treasure does this quite a lot in her backgrounds. And now I know why she does. It's very good. I like it. All right, let me just pack away these bits, and then we'll get to doing the you know, the decoration and that. Right, I'm back. I've just gotten out some bits and bobs, and I had a go at just seeing what I wanted, and this is kind of what I'm aiming for. Snowflakes, trees, sentiment, that kind of a thing. So let's pop this one to one side, bring in these two. So I've got all these like die cut trees, So it's just a case of me picking some of those. I'm doing kind of like a layered thing maybe. Sort of just, yeah, greys and it's almost like a sparkly cream. And I'm bearing in mind I'm trying to cover up this, can you see that orange marking from the envelope? I just have to make sure that where I'm placing them is to cover that up. So I think this one wants to go over a little bit. So that will be more like that. Do I want something in the background for that one? Just have a look at, I've got some labels somewhere. 2 sets. Don't know. Maybe something like that. And then I've got some words here from Artie Mays. I think they were a freebie. So I'm just cutting it down. My fussy cutting gets really lazy when I'm having to cut a bunch of a bunch of words and things. Something like that. It's pretty. So these are for the pink ones. So I wonder whether I could get away with a couple of pink snowflakes. Where's my... I was just looking for my awl because I just need to punch out these. I'm just doing it to the side so I don't get bits everywhere, you know. Let's do that. Didn't want too pink together. Let's go with another white one so that the pink is just a hint of pink. Pink Winter is new for me, but it was, if you watched my sort of like introductory video, it was to use up some papers that I had from last year, as well as, well, it just kind of made sense for the kit that I'm using. So this one's going to be a little bit trickier because I have an entire thing here. So let's see what we can do. I go here with this one. Grab another tree. I think if I get a little tree, I could maybe position that one. I'm trying not to go too much over the window, you see. But I am wanting to cover up those markings. So yeah, this one will be a little bit trickier, but that's okay. It's A-okay. Let's find another one. I want like a medium. Do I have a medium? That one's got marking on it. I did so much die cutting last night. But it only took me an hour to get a load done. So that was okay. I'm thinking to go grey in the background because I'm quite liking the, you know, the look of it, but I think I want a bigger one. This one is proving tricky. I'll tell you what I could do though. I could grab another label. If I put that in the, ooh, it looks like a moon. Maybe. Is it too moony? Too moony. Sorry, I'm just amusing myself. Let's just sort of run with this as a plan then. Something like that maybe. And then if we were to have, oh, dream, that's a nice one, especially with that dreamy owl. Where would I have this then? Because I've been putting it to the side. Does it still... Doesn't look terrible, does it? I'm just going to see, whoop, not dislodge the whole thing. I'm just going to move this one over so I don't dislodge it before I have a chance to glue everything. Right, and then I've got National Trust in the corner, so my snowflakes may have to be positioned very carefully indeed. So I've definitely made it difficult for myself to use this one, but that's okay. Does not matter. I didn't want to waste anything, you see. Now I could go slightly over with this one, and then if we get a little pink one, something like that, and then sort of looking down here and thinking, do we want to put anything? Go on to smaller one. Let's find smaller. There we go. That's one. It's very pretty, isn't it? Just the look I was going for with this pink theme. It's very pretty. I think so. It seems to have worked. If I be very careful with those snowflakes, I mean, I do have a, no, definitely not. I think that's the only thing I could put there is the snowflakes. So I'll just have to be careful about where I glue. And if I take my time with it, I should manage it. Do you see those? They look really pretty, don't they? And then I could even do some stickles over the snowflakes. I've got this diamond stickles, which makes things very sparkly. So I'm just going to hit pause whilst I get all these bits glued down. You don't need to see me glue all of it, but I'll just be a moment and I'll show you them when they're finished. Alright, that's those glued down. Looking very, very pretty. I was just deciding whether I wanted any more snowflakes. Just going to have a little peek at this little one down here. Nope, this one I think is done. This one doesn't need it. Just want to see about this one. I think the pink looks pretty, but I don't think it's adding anything. So no, I think I am done with those. Aren't they pretty? Let me bring them up to show you. There we are. That one's got the cute owl. So they're not really shakers. They shake a little bit. I tell a lie, they shake a little bit, but you know, really it's just to give the window some decoration. But as a belly band, they're going to look super cute. Obviously, I've got this issue with the snowflakes coming over the side. I don't want to just chop that off. So when I glue it down, I'll have to sort of, you know, glue this whole top layer to make it a belly band. But they're very tall, so I think that's not a problem. I'll just bring this one up. Oh, it's so pretty. I haven't really started these projects yet, so this is my first make for them. So I think this pink one is coming out very pretty. And then this is this one. There we go. Which looks less pretty. I think because of the, you know, the less going on and all the rest of it. Less pink, that's for sure. Just see if we want any more snowflakes. I'm just going to have a look at the grey ones, or the silver ones I should say. Let's see. No. So I'm just reaching into my bag of wonders and just thinking, no, I think 3 snowflakes is plenty. We can always add more later if we find that they need more. I might add more to this. It does feel a little bit plain in comparison now. I think because these ones have the labels on, which I actually quite like at the bottom there. So I might, you know, once I've got them in and everything, I might want to change them. But for now, let's call them done. That's 3. Right, this one with the red stitching, which I'm really not a fan of. I just wanted to make this one it's because of the red stitching. It's, as you can see, when I had like it really throws me off. So I think I will decorate this one differently. So again, I'm aiming for this orange bit at the top that wants hiding. So this is as far as I got. I think maybe that. For this one. Yeah, I think we'll go with something like that. So I'm just going to get that glued down. So I'll just be 2 secs. Alright, here we are. I'm finished. So that's how this one turned out. Definitely not my favourite, but it looks okay. But I definitely really like these. I think I messed myself up where I had the gold sequins in the window and I had the red stitching. I turned it upside down, so I messed with my system a little bit, but I am really happy with these 3 especially, and this one looks all right, and I'm sure I'll be able to find a home for it. So shall I bring them in so you can see? Here we are. Oops. Discover. Really pretty. And we have Dream. We have Tidings. I know tidings is technically a Christmassy sort of word, but I don't mind there being an element of Christmas in the red ones. But an element, not full-on Christmas. And that's that one. So I hope you like them. Completely, yeah, makeshift belly bands. I think they look so pretty. So they're not really shaker belly bands, they're just junk mail belly bands, but they do shake a little bit if you want them to, but there's not really enough room in there for them to be full-on shakers. But as belly bands, I think they're going to look really beautiful. So thank you ever so much for joining me and watching through that. I will do my best to make the video watchable, because I did, you know, this wasn't something that I'd done before, this was new, so you know, it might be a little bit hit and miss, but I'll do my best to make it watchable for you. And for the most part, here we are. That is me finished for today. So thanks so much then, and I hope you like the idea. Do let me know what you think. Will you be making some junk mail belly bands with sequins? I don't know. Let me know. Aside from that, I'll see you on the next video for some more wintry, festive projects. So yeah, we're essentially, this is me starting the wintry projects. There is an intro video if you'd like to see a little bit about the project in terms of exactly what's going to be involved in this one. It involves leg warmers. How's that? So definitely check out the intro video if you want to find out why on earth I'm going to be using leg warmers. And for the most part, fingers crossed, this project goes well. Let's see, shall we? Thanks so much then, everyone, and we'll speak soon. Bye-bye for now.